Enough is the number that's going to satisfy all of these requirements. It's going to satisfy all of the factors that we just discussed. We work hard and we sacrifice for the future. But how much is enough? That question has many answers that end up changing over time as we age and as we progress through life. So, how much is enough? For those who are younger, this is going to be tough to answer, so here are some things you want to think about. The first and one of the most important things is keep your lifestyle manageable. The more you earn, the more you're going to be tempted to spend, and that lifestyle creep can really set you back when you're trying to plan for your long-term goals. So manage your expenses, manage that lifestyle creep, and also make sure you're paying off any sort of debts that you have, student loan debt, high interest credit card debt, because those are going to be anchors that are going to slow you down and weigh you down. The second thing that you want to remember is to pay yourself first. Make sure that you have enough cash on hand to cover emergencies. Life happens and you don't want to be putting those expenses on your credit card and carrying a balance. Paying yourself first also means taking advantage of the benefits that are provided by your employer, namely your company match and your retirement plan. That's free money, and that's money that you need to be taking advantage of. For those with dependents, those with a family that rely on you to help pay the bills, make sure that you have life insurance coverage. You don't want to put your family and those dependents at a disadvantage if something were to happen to you. And outside of that, make sure you're putting your money to work in outside investments. Those could be in the stock market, those could be real estate or businesses, but whatever you're doing, make sure your money is working as hard as you do. If you can do this, you've created a solid foundation on which you can build your financial house. And here's a huge piece of advice that everyone needs to understand. It's easier to maintain a manageable lifestyle over time than it is to overspend in the early years and then try to cut back later on in life. That's a lot tougher to do. How much is enough for the older people watching this? Those who are closer to retirement, who are thinking about their financial future after they stop working. We need to ask ourselves, what is my number? How much do I need every month to live my ideal life? And that ideal life could include travel, entertainment, leisure activities like golf and tennis, spending time with family, or a combination of everything. Whatever that is, you want to make sure that you account for that when we figure out our number. Outside of that, your number is going to include necessities, housing, food, paying your bills, just the general costs of living. That has to be factored in as well. And when figuring out your number, don't forget the 4 things that people often overlook and miss. Number 1 being longevity. We are living a lot longer and our money needs to last a lot longer for us in retirement. 2, inflation. The cost of goods and services is going up and we need to make sure that we maintain purchasing power later on in life. Number 3 is taxes. We need to make sure that we're taking money out in a tax efficient manner and that we have tax diversification across different types of accounts. And number 4, which can be very costly, is healthcare costs. As we age, our health deteriorates, and because of that, we end up needing more care. And healthcare costs are continuing to rise. That cost is only going up. Your number has to account for all of these factors. So again, how much is enough? Enough is the number that's going to satisfy all of these requirements. It's going to satisfy all of the factors that we just discussed. Now here's the thing. I went over what you need to consider and what you need to factor in, but it's not as straightforward as that. There is a lot of legwork, a lot of work that needs to be done to actually figure out your number. If it becomes too much, if you need help with that, don't be afraid to reach out to a financial professional, a financial advisor, a financial planner to help you figure out your number, to help you figure out what is enough. At the end of the day, enough is not just a number, it's peace of mind. And who doesn't want peace of mind?